a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. If that was my friend, I would be like,
she just and put my number out on her page that got 10 million followers. She did that. Putting everybody in our business, letting them know that me and Pap was together.
You just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Well, why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager?
Just a few days after Claressa Shields openly shared her dreams of starting a family with Papoose, speaking with hope and excitement about having children the next year, planning a future, and balancing motherhood with her demanding boxing career, her life seemed to suddenly spiral into chaos. At that moment, she appeared confident, deeply in love, and seemingly at peace both personally and professionally, with many believing she had finally found stability and happiness. But that sense of security evaporated almost overnight when reports emerged alleging that Papoose had cheated on her, and the timing made it sting even more. What should have been a chapter filled with dreams, planning, and joy quickly transformed into public humiliation and embarrassment, as rumors began to question the very foundation of her relationship. The emotional shift was abrupt and brutal, forcing Claressa to confront a whirlwind of feelings, and she did not remain silent. She took to social media to express her frustration, hurt, and disbelief, letting the world see the depth of her pain, which went far beyond mere anger. Some viewers expressed sympathy, understanding the devastating impact of betrayal, while others were far less forgiving, pointing out the adage repeated through generations: you lose them the same way you get them. Papoose had begun his relationship with Claressa while still married to Remy Ma, yet Claressa had trusted that their connection was genuine and different, believing in the love and meaning he had promised. Initially, she saw Remy Ma as a bitter ex-wife whose warnings about Papoose were driven by jealousy and resentment rather than truth, dismissing them entirely. But as events unfolded, some began to reconsider Remy's perspective. Remy had claimed that Papoose never truly loved Claressa and had only used her for stability, financial support, and housing, relying on her income to maintain his life while struggling with career setbacks and gambling habits. And many started to question whether Claressa had overlooked signs that were visible from the start. Tensions reached a boiling point when Remy allegedly discovered private messages between Claressa and Papoose on his phone while he was asleep and released them publicly, accusing Claressa and her public relations team of pushing fabricated narratives to make Papoose appear loyal and innocent while she, Remy, was portrayed as bitter. Remy demanded that Papoose tell the truth publicly, but he allegedly requested that she remain silent, a decision that fueled her anger and compelled her to speak out further. Remy also asserted that Papoose had insulted Claressa's appearance in private, insisting he would never take her seriously, while claiming to hold proof contradicting those statements and warning that she was prepared to expose everything if necessary. Prior to the message leak, few people even knew Claressa and Papoose were involved, but once the relationship became public, the backlash was immediate. Social media erupted with opinions, jokes, criticism, and speculation, and Claressa responded online, calling out Remy for criticizing her despite Remy's own rumored indiscretions, keeping the internet engaged and the story alive for days. For a time, Papoose remained silent, leading many to assume he was avoiding confrontation or letting the women handle the narrative while he stayed in the background, but eventually, he broke his silence, delivering a response that shocked the public. On Christmas Day, he posted a photo of Remy with her boyfriend, Easy the Block Captain, alleging that while he had been home caring for their daughter, Remy had been spending time with another man. He accused her of lying, refusing to move on, and pretending to be a victim, claiming he had offered her a divorce, which she allegedly refused because he would not lie about a physical altercation between them. And he stated she had requested he cover up events, which he had declined. Papoose also admitted to physically attacking Easy, clarifying that the altercation was not motivated by jealousy, but warning that tensions would escalate further. He revealed the extent of his financial and emotional investment during Remy's incarceration, describing how he spent his savings on bills, moving homes, storing belongings, visiting her consistently, and supporting her lifestyle, including writing songs for her without credit or payment. He accused Remy of multiple infidelities, of refusing to finalize their divorce, and of depending on him to uphold her public image, exposing years of what he claimed was deception and manipulation. Meanwhile, Remy returned to social media, going live multiple times to address Claressa directly, emphasizing that Papoose was financially reliant on her, unstable, and unfaithful during her prison sentence, and warning Claressa that she needed the truth to avoid being manipulated. She criticized Claressa for becoming involved with a man nearly 20 years her senior, highlighting his lack of stability, dependency on her, and pattern of deceit. She underscored the sacrifices she had made to maintain their household and family life while protecting his image publicly for years, stating she would no longer allow Papoose to control the narrative. Claressa, meanwhile, had recently spoken about her dream of becoming a mother, wanting to enjoy her career, remain healthy, and raise children while pursuing her passions, yet within less than a day, those plans were overshadowed by cheating rumors and public humiliation. Public opinion quickly divided, with some asserting that Remy had damaged her own image by oversharing, while others believed she was justified in speaking out after years of silence. Many began to question whether Claressa had ignored obvious warning signs, and now she faced the repercussions. What began as a story of love had escalated into chaos, exposing long-standing resentment, betrayal, and unresolved grievances, with both sides fiercely defending their reputations while the internet dissected every message, photo, and statement for evidence. The narrative had transformed into one of the most explosive celebrity relationship sagas in recent history, permanently linking the names of Claressa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma in public discourse. Every detail, every accusation, every public statement fueled debates, memes, and discussions online, keeping the drama alive and the story expanding with each passing day. Even casual observers began weighing in, dissecting intentions, loyalty, and morality, while the real people involved endured immense emotional strain, with friendships, trust, and personal peace hanging in the balance. The saga was not merely about past betrayals or rumored infidelities, but highlighted complex questions of power, control, and transparency within personal relationships exposed to the public eye. Claressa's dreams of motherhood and family planning collided violently with betrayal and media scrutiny, forcing her to navigate an emotionally perilous landscape in real time. Papoose's attempts to defend himself publicly often seemed to deepen the conflict rather than resolve it, as his claims and admissions opened new lines of criticism and support from fans and detractors alike. Remy's actions, while emotionally charged, reflected a strategy to reclaim narrative control, demonstrate accountability, and protect herself and her child, but also intensified the public war over perception and reputation. Meanwhile, social media amplified every action, comment, and response, transforming private disagreements into a spectacle of judgment, speculation, and moral debate, where opinions often overshadowed facts and narratives competed for dominance in the public consciousness. As the days and weeks progressed, each public statement, each live video, and each leaked message added new layers to the complex, multi-dimensional story, with no resolution in sight. People dissected motives, analyzed timing, and debated character, while the individuals at the center of the controversy faced relentless public scrutiny and the challenge of maintaining privacy amidst widespread attention. The story, which began as a tale of love, hope, and personal dreams, had evolved into a cautionary narrative of trust, betrayal, and the consequences of exposing personal lives to public judgment. Claressa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma had all become central figures in a real-time drama where loyalty, honesty, ambition, and reputation clashed openly. And the unfolding saga revealed just how fragile relationships could become when placed under intense scrutiny. Fans, critics, and casual observers remained captivated, constantly speculating about next moves, potential reconciliations, or further confrontations, and the narrative continued to grow beyond the control of those involved. What started as private issues of love, fidelity, and ambition had transformed into a public examination of character, judgment, and societal fascination with scandal. The lasting question that loomed over all parties involved, and over the audience observing from afar, was whether Claressa would choose to walk away, preserving her peace and focusing on her personal goals, or remain entangled in a situation rife with unresolved emotions, public scrutiny, and ongoing tension. The story, far from being a simple romance or betrayal, had become a layered, ongoing narrative reflecting human complexity, the pressures of fame, and the power of public perception. Each revelation, reaction, and public statement served not only to escalate the conflict, but also to illuminate the intricate dynamics between love, trust, ambition, and public life. As the saga continued to unfold, one thing remained certain. The entanglement of Claressa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma had created a narrative impossible to ignore, a story where the lines between private life, public perception, and personal integrity blurred into a highly charged, ongoing drama that would likely remain in the public consciousness for years to come, leaving both the audience and the participants questioning motives, loyalty, and the possibility of redemption, resolution, or closure, and reminding everyone watching that in the world of celebrity, privacy is a fragile illusion, and the consequences of betrayal, whether real or perceived, can resonate far beyond the individuals directly involved, ultimately shaping legacies, reputations, and the narratives that define public memory and perception of all parties.